Well, we mentioned yesterday our very own production manager, Pete Barrett, sitting here beside me, is retiring this Friday. He has the tough job today of asking the tough weather questions to Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lighty. I hope you're ready.
Oh man, here's the thing. This guy's been around for like 104 years. No,
Thanks. Thank you.
No, he's like seen it all.
I know.
And we were sitting here, and last week, and I was thinking, I was like, well, let's get Pete on here. He's 44 years. Is that right?
Yep.
So he's seen it all in television over the years, and so I thought, hey, let's do a little.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of let you take the lead here with our Ask Your Meteorologist today.
Well, so Pete, you've seen a lot over the years, right? A lot of changes.
Tremendous amount of changes, particularly with the equipment and with the commitment that each station's made to weather.
And so I've got some pictures that we've kind of dug up here. Pete's always kind of been the historian of television, of WCIA, and so there's these pictures. You might recognize that guy right there.
Yeah, that's Mr. Roberts on the left, and that is all of the weather set in 1962.
Was that in this room? Or
that
is that
was
over
in the other room.
The other studio?
In the other studio there.
Yeah.
So a lot of technology, a lot of things have changed over the years. I mean, hey, look at that.
Yeah, well, back in those days, you got we called it rip and read. You know, you'd get something from the National Weather Service, and you'd sit down and put your own spin on it, as you know. But in those days, all they had to work with was those maps and magic markers.
So you remember the times?
No, I don't. No, I don't remember this. No,
I don't know if I believe it or not. Now, so weather has changed a lot. The technology has changed a lot. The cameras have changed a lot.
Yeah. When I started, this did crisscross with my career. When I started in 1978, we were shooting on film, and film camera like this one. I was not at this station at the time, but that is a Bolex, and that was used to gather the news. And at the same time, we were bringing in the big old video cameras. And so the old-timers use that, and the new people use the new video.
So on some of our weather graphics, there's like advertisements up there. Like what is, there's like a coffee advertisement there?
Yeah, back in those days, and again, this does not crisscross with my career, but this is John Coleman, who went on to be the founder of the Weather Channel.
Sure.
He used to work here. Yeah, and in 1960, he was here, and in those days, the weather talent and the news talent and the sports talent would have a client logo on the set, and they would stop their giving their, well, you know, and we're going to be back with a 5-day forecast in a minute, but first let me tell you about this Folgers coffee. And they would just do the riff for a minute, and then, all right, let's talk about the 5-day.
So you've seen a lot here. What deep diving weather questions or weather things have you maybe always wanted to ask a meteorologist? Is there anything you've ever?
Well, you know, I've been like, so deeply.
You've seen it all, right?
Well, I've been so deep in the weather because many years I was in charge of writing the promotional announcements for my various TV stations. And as they say in the TV business, you win with weather. So we would make a big deal about weather, and so much so we'd like spend $250,000 to buy our own Doppler.
Doppler radar, yeah. That was a big thing. That came out in the early 90s, late 80s there.
Right, and so I had to learn everything about Doppler, and I'm still trying to get out of my head. I just let you do it. But,
just let me get up there and talk about it. Let's see, we got a few other pictures here. Let's see what else that you've dug out of the archives here, possibly.
I'm sure there's a few things in there.
There's a few things in there.
No, Sylvia's got to dig them up.
Out of all the like the craziest, hey, I'm doing like the Ask Your Meteorologist.
Yeah, you're doing great.
But like, tell me what you know, out of the 44 years of you seeing, you know, TV weather, like what's been kind of the most, you just kind of like, wow, like this is really.
Well, being close to a lightning strike was very enlightening. And get it?
Hey, look,
that's her kind of. Look what he did there. Who's going to laugh in the background when you leave?
Yeah, that was. That's if people at home know me at all, it's from laughing my head off backstage and playing with dogs. Yeah. So.
Well, and I'll say, you know, so Pete has been in charge of like all of the production, like the camera people and the audio operators, and like the, you know, and so when we do severe weather, there are so many people behind the scenes that go into making what we do when we're doing tornado coverage happen. And Pete has staffed that and helped put the puzzle pieces together to make that run like a well-oiled machine over the years, even just the 5 years I've been here, but you've been doing it a long time. And, you know, obviously appreciate everything you've done, because if it wasn't for the people behind the scenes, we wouldn't be able to pull off the stuff that we do on the air. And you were a big part of that, even though behind the scenes, you were doing that and so many other people as well. So we thank you for that.
It's an all hands on deck when there's a weather story breaking, not just for production, but for everybody, news and weather. So we think we do pretty good at it. I'm really happy with how it's. I'm leaving it to you to take care of. So.
Well, then we're in trouble. I could talk about the weather. I can't do all the puzzle pieces that you do. But so thank you so much. I'm glad you got to come on here. You know,
Me too.
did a little different here, but it's good stuff. Going down memory lane.
It's fun, and it's been so many things to remember about weather coverage and news coverage over that many years. Standing near a transformer when it blew out, when a lightning bolt hit it. With sparks everywhere, and our station went off the air. It was, you know, just one of my bigger memories of doing weather coverage at a TV station.
Well, maybe we'll get you one last little hurrah of some thunderstorms.
Well, you know what?
do you say?
I can wait till after I retire.
Come on now.
Do it next week.
We'll see now.
Okay, well, unfortunately, the people in my ear are giving us the rap. So, your employees,
Tell them to stop.
There's all the ways you can connect with Kevin. Maybe ask him a question that he'll answer on next week's episode.